Hi everyone, welcome back to the 100% Lies of P walkthrough, where we're about to fight Fuoco, the final boss of Vanini Works. So you can see that move with the hammer is a 2-hit move. This is 3 hits. Sometimes he doesn't do the extra one though. We get a little bit of our health back. Okay. Messed that up, but you would try to perfect guard that. This is going to be the 3-hit thing. 1, 2, 3. And then we'll hit him with our Fable Art. Charged R2, and then we'll hit him with the stagger. Then we're going to heal. Now he's probably going to do the move where he runs behind a pillar. We're going to follow him, charge R2, and then get behind a pillar ourselves because he's about to do the awful overheat move. So you have time to get over while still getting in that last R2. Now we're going to run over because we don't want him shooting at us. Now we'll back out while he does the hammer. He's going to do it again. And we guard it, hit him with an R2. He's doing it yet again. We'll hit him with another R2. Now we'll back out and heal. And when he does this, just get behind him. It's kind of a free damage. I didn't quite get away from that in time. If that hits you, so we can get in here. Oh, this isn't nearly a bad. He's doing the overheat again. So get behind a pillar. And then he's going to try to, fire at us from range. So we want to get... Okay, now he's running. Oh, put ourselves in a bad spot for that. Oh, we got our stagger, which is what we needed to finish him off. And that's Fuoco. Could have done a little bit better with the guarding on that one. But that should be enough to get you a feel for all of the moves that he can do. Especially in phase 2, you want to make sure not to stay at range. What a lot of people new to the fight do is they're scared to go in and they kind of hover at range, and so he just sits there and shoots at you for 5 minutes, and they just make the fight take forever, and they run out of pulse cells. So that's something you want to keep in mind, that you want to be aggressive and get back in there, because he'll quit shooting at you once he realizes you're back in melee range. All right, over here we have Pulcinella, the butler puppet.
Butler puppet. Yeah, I seem to remember someone on the 2nd floor. Think it belongs to him? We gotta ask what happened sometime.
So we can go back to the control room. And tell Vanini that we rescued his friend.
And you found... Oh, dear. Pulcinella. They really did a number on you. Pulcinella was proof that puppets possess true courage. I will not rest until I have revived him. But there will be ample time for that. First, I must thank you for a truly heroic piece of work. The factory is ours again. The puppets are going to be in a really bad shape after this. Let us return to the hotel and rest while we can. I cannot shake the thought of that puppet army. What they meant to do. The cathedral is filled with refugees. People who thought they were safe. But that's for the future to solve. Maintenance must come first. See you at Hotel Krat. Arrivederci. I cannot shake. But that's for the future.
All right, and now we can actually return to Hotel Krat. where we'll have a couple of new people. Both Vanini and Pulcinella will now be there. Remember, we don't level up immediately because we don't know what we might need to spend our ergo on.
Glad to see you made it back in one piece, my friend.
Buongiorno, and welcome to the House of Vanini. I am Master Vanini's Major Domo, Pulcinella, at your service, sir. The House of Vanini carries only the finest in luxury merchandise. I believe you'll find all items to be both superior quality and distinguished provenance. I am certain you will be able to find something that suits you, sir. At the House of Vanini, even priceless things have a price. Every item is a treasure of distinguished quality and superior provenance.
So now you can see there's a bunch of good stuff to get here. We have another technique crank that we could buy. So we could apply that to maybe a special weapon, or if we decide we want to switch weapons. There's with the rescue of Vanini, we now have earned the special grindstone. That's going to allow us to use our existing grindstone one time, to do the equivalent of what we were doing with abrasives. You know, so we no longer have to purchase those, which is nice. We're just going to be able to do that at the start of a fight. And with the purchase of that, we're going to be able to switch between electricity and fire, which you start out with. These liners, if you notice, they're the same roughly in quality, but each one is better against a specific damage type. So if you really, really want to min-max and know which damage type a boss is going to do, you can equip the correct one. For example, I think, if I were to guess, I would think, Fuoco was strike damage because it was all like him hitting you with a hammer, whereas an enemy that was like trying to attack you with a spear would be pierce, and someone swinging a sword would be slash, just as an example. So we can equip that new liner. I think I'll default to slash for now.
There you are, my boy. My savior, yes, that's the word. You took back the factory, and I cannot thank you enough. Without the factory, no more new puppets. The army has run out of recruits. My friend, you saved, well, all of us. But listen to me going on and on about my concerns, and I don't believe I've even introduced myself. Signor Lorentini Venigni. Gentleman, bon vivant, and, at the moment, utterly at your service, my friend. If the name Venigni rings no bells, perhaps you've heard of Graz's Prince of High Society. That is because they are one and the same. Just two of the many names I've collected in my 3 decades here on Earth. While I sincerely believe meeting Venigni is its own reward, I have not rewarded you in the more traditional manner. Please, take this. My newest prototype. It'll be safe with you. It's a grinder stone that keeps granting special attributes to the grinder.
This is the grindstone I was talking about.
I hope you'll put it to good use.
So you know how you hit square down here to repair your weapon? You'll now be able to hit L1 and square together.
Then my eyes do not deceive me. I never imagined I'd actually see it again, and in the flesh, so to speak. I just designed it, set it aside, and never got back to it.
He's talking about our Legion arm.
Genius and the claim can keep one quite preoccupied, I'm afraid.
So it looks like he was responsible for it.
Interested in the arm, I see. Then, my friend, you shall have it. It just needs a few mechanical adjustments to fit your, particular needs. And frankly, this design is almost child's play to me now, so let's start by making it a bit stronger, shall we? I will also add what we brilliant inventors call modularity. That means it will be much easier to improve and repair since you'll be able to use commonly found parts. You might say this arm's new abilities are, Legion. No? Too much? It was too much. I always welcome friends. May I be of service?
So we can set up which grinder we want, since we're As far as we know, still fighting puppets. We'll go with Electric Blitz.
Of course you're curious. Pulcinella has been restored thanks to you. In a small way. Mostly it was me, but you know, genius never rests. Except for beauty rest. Pulcinella isn't just my butler. He's my family. The only one I have left, really. I won't forget what you've done for us. If you ever need anything or find yourself in a spot of trouble, call on your friend Venigni.
So now we got the swagger gesture.
I always welcome.
Oh, one thing I wanted to point out here, something that a lot of people get confused by, is there's this blank spot here, and they think it means, oh wait, is that supposed to be filled in by a grindstone that I never collected? That's not the case. It's just a blank slot that if you click will actually clear out whatever grindstone you have selected. I don't know why they did it this way. I think it's very confusing, but it's nothing to worry about that there's an empty space there.
No one, not even I, know what started the puppet frenzy. Why? That day of all days. It was horrible. A violent rampage of murder and mayhem that is seared into my memory for all time. And it was never supposed to happen again. I made sure of it. Designed a few special parts to ensure they'd remain loyal. Puppet armies do not arise by chance. There was intent behind this. I don't want to leap to conclusions, but the only one I know with that kind of power is the King of Puppets himself. We need to learn how this happened.
So that's what Venigni wants to solve the mystery of what caused the puppets to frenzy.
Felicitous salutations, my friends. My name is Signor Lorenzini Venigni. No doubt my reputation precedes me. I come to you with only the most peaceful intentions, and as a true friend of craft. Behold, Venigni Works, where we will honor the city of Krat's history while forging her brilliant future. When I broke ground on this place, we broke ground. I certainly didn't do it all personally. This was simply empty space, a blank canvas. But in the hands of a maestro, it became a work of art. All my life, from boyhood to this very day, I have been derided for my, let's say, single-minded focus on a lifelong obsession with building animated, automatic, autonomous automata. But today, just look before you. Venigni Works is ready to start building the future. Krat's golden era is waiting to be built. A dream of the future we can only create together. Help me make this future come true. Join us, for this moment in history will happen only once. Join Venigni, your friend for life.
Amatsa, that is one slick prototype. You think it's a tram for crickets?
It's a museum for ants. Sorry, I had to make a Zoolander joke.
I know my way around a weapon.
So we're not quite ready to upgrade because we still need to get our big pipe wrench head, which we're about to obtain. So let's go refill our Fable slots. And check, I don't think we have any additional quartz right now yet. We do have a Legion caliber though, so let's upgrade that. We can upgrade our puppet string, and with that upgrade we'll be able to control whether we pull the enemy to us or whether we pull ourselves to the enemy. And the way you distinguish that, I can actually show it in the training ground here, because what you can do is if you tap, it's supposed to pull the enemy to you, but these can't move, so that doesn't happen. But if you hold it down, you go to the enemy. So that's pretty neat. That gives you this flexibility as to how to use the string. So you can see it's still sparkling because there's still something we can do. We actually got the capability from a drop from the last boss we just killed to build a flame arm. So we'll do that. Actually, I can just show it to you really quick. And I gotta make sure to switch off of it because I don't want to stay on it. So it's basically one arm for each kind of elemental damage. But if I had to pick my favorite of the three, the acid one is really, really fun. So if I hold this down, but this one's pretty cool, right? To things that are weak to fire. See, that gives you a way to set them on fire. And that can be pretty good, and look at even is eventually doing enough to give you a stagger window. So that's pretty nice. So that's a viable option when things are weak to fire. We will switch back to puppet string for now, though. And now we can we'll just check in with everyone real quick.
Welcome to Hotel.
People have no.
Nothing new with them.
I'll use my power. I am able to wield ergo. They call me a listener because I can hear ergo. I inherited the power from my mother, who hated it, called it the devil's power. So I kept it a secret that I could talk to puppets. Now you are the only one my voice reaches. So I beg you, please, save Krat.
So I'm actually going to, let's see, we'll get capacity to 18, and then we'll do, start working on vitality. Alright, and now we're ready to keep going. You can see you can also switch the grindstone you want to use from the Stargazer, similar to other functions. So we'll go back to the center of Vanini Works. And we're just going to go a little further and we're going to get the weapon that we plan to use. Maybe not for the whole rest of the playthrough, but definitely for the next few bosses. Because it's something I haven't played around with much and I want to try it. I've done full run-throughs with the booster glaive, you know, all the way to the end, but I wanted to try attaching something different this time. Spice things up, but yeah, booster glaive is, you could just stick with the actual booster glaive, upgrade that, not disassemble it. But we're going to try putting the pipe wrench head on it. So this is an explosive barrel. So this is a good example of where don't do some big swing with your booster glaive and blow yourself up. You can just kind of roll through the crates. So remember, rolling through crates will destroy them. See, the booster glaive feels pretty similar to the crescent glaive, but it actually goes further with its attack. Like, it's even crazier. But one downside is it uses up a lot more stamina than the crescent glaive. So you have to be pretty smart about stamina management. But we're also going to raise our vigor, and that'll become less of an issue. Now, behind here, there's a guy waiting to surprise us. So we'll just get him before he can get up and do anything. And again, we want to roll through. And if you walk forward here, a guy's going to come out and hit that barrel and blow himself up, which is pretty funny. So you can see he basically just owning himself. Oh, that's one thing you have to watch out for with the booster glaive, is it will hit walls a little more easily than the crescent glaive. keep going through here, and the big pipe wrench head is in this next room. Another really good one to put on the booster glaive is the live puppet's axe. It's another big bonk. So if we want to blow this up just so that it's not in our way, we could just, you know, throw something. So here, we're going to grab him, get him to quit hitting us. You can see we're getting hit from somewhere else, so we're going to move. We're actually being hit from up here. So we're just going to go ahead and go up and get him. Get them together, take them out at once. It's a nice trick with the puppet string there. And here's our big pipe wrench head. And that's what we're going to put on this booster glaive handle. So to show that, that's with its handle. But you can see there's just this giant wrench head, which I think is just hilarious. That's the charge attack of this handle. And the big pipe wrench handle, you can see, obviously, no surprise, it's a motivity. But we're going to take that that wrench head and attach it to our technique booster glaive. All right, so there's just a little bit more loot to get before we get to the Stargazer, and then we'll go back and make this weapon. And you will get a trophy for making your first custom weapon. So if you decide you're not going to use this, you're doing something else, make sure you do take the opportunity to take a weapon apart, because you do get a trophy for that. Oh, look, some loot here with a wall that looks kind of fragile. Oh no, there couldn't possibly be a trap here. Oh, look, shocker. And then you can go all the way back and get the loot here. Now, one thing you can do here, just to show this, if we want to, we could attack him right now, but the Stargazer is actually just past him. So what we can actually do is run by. Although you do have to be careful because he's very, very fast. Or he has a one attack he does where he can move kind of fast, like there he goes. But we're going to run past him. You can see he moves pretty quick. Well, this is just a thing you can do. And if you're fast, you can get here and repair. Oh, look at that, that's unfair. I got hit while still in the animation, or just coming out of the animation. So we'll hit him with the booster glaive. They're kind of expecting you, I think, to have an upgraded weapon here. And we don't. And remember, you just let him wear himself out. He'll do this, and then you can hit him with the charge. It's probably getting close to being staggerable. So we got hit, but we got him too. Oh, I don't know if we'll get him. You see, this thing's kind of ridiculous health-wise. I could have used my blitz, I guess. Oh, ridiculous. It's embarrassing. But actually, what we could do, that'll be funny. Is we could actually go get and upgrade our weapon and come back and kill him, just to show what a difference it's going to make. So this ends up being educational, my incompetence. So we'll show this, build the weapon.
I know my way around a weapon.
So you go to assemble weapons, say new weapon assemble, and then you want to pick, this is where you're picking the blade, and then you hit R1 and now you get to pick the handle. So we're going to pick our booster glaive handle. And then you hit square to say weapon assemble. Now you can see we have the A technique scaling booster glaive handle, but it's attached to this big wrench, big pipe wrench head. You can see that it's equipped for us. Smart enough to know we were using that handle. Equip our new weapon for us. Okay. So let me show you this Fable art, because this is awesome. So what you do is you hold down triangle, and as you spin more and more Fable slots, you get it fully charged, and then you let go, and that's Patient Smash. Look at that. So that's hitting for, what, 1600? And we haven't upgraded it yet. Alright, so about 1600, 1550 there, 1540. So we come over here, do our upgrading.
I know my way around it.
And we've been hoarding these materials since the start, making the game a little harder for ourselves while we've held out for this weapon. So you see we can now get it all the way to +3. Patient Smash! So see how much better that already got just by going up 3 levels? So we gained a bunch of damage there. And then just in general, the swings of the weapon will be much more powerful. So now we go back and have our revenge on the enemy that we incompetently failed to. Yeah, one of the things that can happen with this game is you'll know all the moves the enemy does, but you'll just kind of autopilot or turn your brain off for a little bit, and then boom, you die, because although in my defense, I did waste 2 or 3 flasks just recovering from the ridiculousness of the Stargazer. I was just finishing the Stargazer repair animation, and I didn't have time to move. Oh, we can also... Sorry, L1. Oh, being an idiot. Okay. Got our grindstone ready. See our crackling. Okay, so we can come here. Look at how much, half his health. Look at the difference. So sometimes when people are stuck here, it's just because they hadn't, I've heard people complain about this particular enemy on Reddit, but they're probably coming at him with an unupgraded weapon like we just did at first. You can see the difference if you're actually fully upgraded and prepared. And so with that, we are on the way to the cathedral. So he dropped the carrier amulets, and the carrier amulet, you can put it in one of your amulet slots, and it will allow you to, it'll basically boost things as though you had more capacity, so it would allow you to equip heavier equipment. We're going to try to keep our capacity leveled enough that that's not any kind of issue. So let's go here and level up.
I'll use my power.
We'll do vitality. Might have gotten a few more ergo. Yeah, we're holding on to some stuff here.
I'll use my power.
So we're gonna get our technique up. So next up here is Moonlight Town.
they be from Moonlight Town? Whoa, did puppets do this?
Look at that, one hit. There's a guy up on the roof, so we're gonna... So you will have to get used to this. This is a little slower. We're playing with a very, very slow weapon now. So if that's not to your taste, you know, you can pick the weapon that you like. If you want to stick with the Crescent Glaive, even the Rapier is a really good weapon. The fast little sword that you could start with. Play the whole game through with just that. Says he was fixing to run us through. That's always a really annoying attack. Let me make sure I picked up everything over here really fast. No loot, but there was the guy in here. Surprised he didn't hadn't aggroed on us already. So this bridge will actually collapse, leading for you to fall, but we can actually we can just get there by hand and not actually fall down there. So if we just go over here, and there's actually some loot up here to get, which is why this is a good way to go. We're gonna fall down. Now you can see our lamp. Lamp is glowing, right? That's because there is a butterfly down here, and it's going to spawn and try to lead us into these explosive barrels. So you want to try to kill it. You know, it would have run forward here, and then we'd swing, and everybody would blow up. There's a second butterfly as well. Oh, it's so annoying. Okay. I'll probably get... Oh, we got... Look at that precision. Okay. I thought for sure I was going to blow myself up a little. Which would have just forced me to waste a flask. Wouldn't have been a big deal. But yeah, you see what I mean about them. The way the butterflies spawn is more and more annoying as you get further into the game. They just try to create these nasty situations that you have to deal with. Again, I just put the text up on the screen briefly, and then you can pause the video if you want to read it. So now when we climb up here, we'll be on the other side of that bridge. Just to kind of show that. Oh, first let's deal with this guy. Guess technically they take 2 hits if you didn't puppet string them in. But the bridge is right there. So this way we avoid even having to break it. You can see there are some graves here. Trying to remember, I don't think there's any loot back here, but just checking. And then over here we have a trap. You're going to go in here, and then a bunch of enemies are going to actually spawn. So you can see here, we can puppet string this guy without triggering the trap. Yeah. So that kind of helps you clear a little bit. And then there's one over here, but this we're going to trigger the trap. You can see there's one there, it's going to throw things at us. So we're going to get over here, get him. And when I head that way, some more are going to crash through, but first let's open this up. You can actually get kind of overwhelmed if you panic and you're running around the room and you run over to that side, you bring in more enemies and you can be dealing with a lot of them at once. So if you stay over on this side, the others won't come in yet. So I think, what was that, a converter? Let's see. So we got a little bit of physical reduction boost, so we'll go ahead and equip it. You can see we're still underweight. We still got the puppet destroyer's amulet because we're still dealing with puppets. But not for much longer. Alright, we'll go over here and someone will bust through. Oh, we're out of puppet string. You can see I got locked in that awful animation. So it's one thing you always want to kind of keep an eye on before you do a new engagement. Was I actually out of Legion arm charge because I was there and I didn't pay attention. It's just one of those things you can autopilot your way into a mistake. So always check on that before you start a new fight. And this lever is how we get out of the trap. Which lets us move forward. So what we're doing here is that we're taking the path to the cathedral. So that's where we're gonna end our session. So once we get there. Now this person up here that has the key that we need to go forward, if you're doing a lies playthrough and you killed the survivor, you know the stalker's greeting. So what we're gonna do is lie to her and pretend that we're a stalker, and then she'll let us through. And we're able to do that because we killed survivor. If you didn't, you wouldn't have the option to give that greeting. So this is something that sometimes people miss. And in a truth playthrough, you wouldn't want to lie to her, and then you'll end up having to fight her. And she's not too hard. She has the same weaknesses as most humans. You know, you strafe left. She likes to do acid attacks.
Do you want to go up, child?
Since this is a lies playthrough, you won't
sorry,
actually get
but
to
the
see
train
a fight.
isn't in service anymore. The cathedral isn't the sanctuary it once was. The people who went up there never returned. I still don't know what happened, but I do know this. The cathedral is off limits. Forever. If
No,
you're
we gotta go there.
determined to pass, you must prove your identity. Who are you? Are you a stalker?
And so because we killed survivor, we have the option to give the stalker's greeting.
Interesting. I thought all the stalkers
You can see it's
died
even the
when
gesture
workshop tower
where you bring
collapsed.
your hand up.
As for me, I'm as good as dead. A sinner who lost everyone I ever loved. I have no right to stop someone as determined as you. Please be safe up there.
So that's good for a lies playthrough because we just gained a little bit of humanity.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Not gonna lie, I often
welcome
mute this
aboard
part
the
because I just find
Pilgrim's
Jiminy really
Cable
annoying throughout this
Railway.
entire game.
Now, those of you who joined us in Moonlight Town, we hope your preparations for the Pilgrim's Journey are well underway.
I wonder if this is like a fake loading
Fascinating
screen and they're
town,
doing something
like,
behind the
just fascinating.
scenes.
Back in the day, the only way to reach the cathedral was using a rope and pulley. So, thanks for building it on a cliff, St.
You can see
Frangelico.
Vanini works over there. There's the smokestacks.
I kid. Frangelica, wonderful saint, wonderful. Anyway, next stop, the Bridge of Atonement. While you atone there, don't miss a magnificent view of beautiful Krot. It's been my pleasure, friends, and enjoy the rest of your journey. I've been your captain on this ride, Gemini! Well, not bad, huh? Oh, I really am good at this. When in doubt, let Gemini be your guide. You look annoyed. What I do? I'm sure it's fine. Let's get a move on, pal. Oh, something's off. Do you see that over there?
No, there's some loot
I
hiding here.
recognize dead puppets. That's
Yeah.
to be expected. But what is that?
So now we can, we're gonna use the Stargazer, and now we're gonna meet Carcass's monsters for the first time. So to be prepared for what the next section, we're gonna switch our grindstone to flame. And also at this point, I would recommend, we have throwing cells equipped, but for this section, well, once we get to the cathedral, we're going to be using our thermites. Continue to save it, don't use it, because we're going to use it to make a particular section in Chapter 4 easier. So you can see these are, I don't know if this is the
No idea
petrification
what those
disease
things
gone
are,
crazy.
pal. Approach
One
with
trick
caution.
here, just guard. Don't even try to perfect guard. Just guard and then light attack. You'll get all your health back. This is just the easiest way to deal with these guys. It's like just turn your brain off level. So you could literally just, I think there's one in here that's gonna drop down or something. Maybe not. Can never remember where all of the sneaky places are that they put people. So you can hear him. You can literally just hold down, wait for him to hit. See how easy that is? Just no issue doing that. I'm gonna come up here, and again, you can also just puppet string them over. That's another, because that'll kill him in one hit and it's a little faster. I think there's one hiding up here. I'm convinced there are enemies everywhere. Look at this. The game has me so paranoid. So you can see, get a plunge attack here. Oh, I guess we can't because that's funny. Now watch out, these guys do have a lot of attacks. They'll do like a chain of 4 or 5 hits. Of course, if your hit lands, you'll of course interrupt them, but this is just showing we had the option to just take a path down here from before the bridge fell. So just kind of showing that, how that connects. So when we go around here, we can climb up. I cannot resist rolling through crates. I've played this a million times. I know there's no loot there. But if I see crates, sometimes I have to just roll. So here you can see this is where we fell. So now we're gonna head on in here. We're nearly into the cathedral. Just a little further.
What is happening? What's their problem? Wait, their bodies are strangely altered. I don't know what's going on, but keep those eyes of yours open.
See one there. You can also, while they're starting to charge, just, do the charge into them first. Charge them before they charge you. So we can see that you can pray here and something maybe would happen, but sadly we do not yet have the pray gesture. So we are going to have to come back here later. This is Giangio.
Don't kill me. I thought you were from the organization. Never mind. My name is Giangio. I'm an pharmacist. Yes, pharmacist. I'm looking
sure you
for
are.
the legendary gold coin
I think
fruit.
Alchemist was right.
I was able to use medicine to slow the infection spread. I have the petrification disease, and I need a cure. Sorry, I ramble when I'm nervous. Read this. It'll explain things faster than I can. Many substances can be poisonous. The precise dose is what separates medicine from poison. The gold coin fruit might just be a myth. But in the midst of an epidemic, it might be our salvation. Can you let me know if you find it? I'll give you this by way of payment.
So to talk really quick about the cube, let's see, we'll put the cube here. Put Last Resort, that's the third one. So the way the cube works is you can hit, you can put it on your belt, and then hit square to use it. And you have a wish stone in the cube. You could put one wish stone in there, and that wish stone has different effects. Many of the things that make the cube good are that they buff the Spectre. For example, you can put a wish stone in there that when you hit it will heal the Spectre and let it survive longer. So if you are depending on Spectres buffing the cube, you can actually, the P organ lets you add to cube uses, and then you can get more wish stones from gold coin fruit. So we're not able to get anything yet. We're just given a starter wish stone.
Knew how they claimed special powers. After distilling the wish into a cube made from a meteorite. I don't know how it works, but it's said to react to someone who has ergo and grant them power. If you can help me with the gold coin tree, I'll give you more of this.
So he's wanting us to help him
Seems
find the
there's
gold
a new
coin
threat
tree.
every day, friend. I'm headed to the St. Frangelico Cathedral. Perhaps find some peace there. If you find the gold coin tree, please find me there.
So we can set the wish stone. This is the only one we have right now. This just heals us, and it's just a very light heal over time. But if you're completely out of pulse cells, sometimes it makes a difference.
The people of ancient Krot knew how to bottle a wish upon a star. They claimed special powers after distilling the wish into a cube made from a meteorite. I don't know how it works, but it's said to react to someone who has ergo and grant them power. You ever wish upon a star, Stalker? I hope this wish stone helps you with that.
I'm not going to sing When You Wish Upon a Star, but I am thinking it. So there's a chest back here. You want to make sure not to miss. That has a new cartridge for us. As you can see, it's a very, very slight physical damage reduction upgrade. So yeah, the cube is not something I tend to rely on because I don't play with Spectres. But if you do, you might be interested in buffing the P organ to get a second cube use. And there, I'll show you when we get to the point where we're actually able to buy wish stones from him. That's later on once we find the gold coin fruit tree. Then I'll show you all those wish stones and we can go over them. So here was the cathedral. Once we get across this bridge and into the cathedral itself to the Stargazer, that's where we'll be ending for today. Remember, you can just let him come at you and hit you, and then swing twice. Watch this. They're going to both hit. Pretty funny. See a nice view. Guard again, just... Let's make sure I have the guard up. You can see there's a really big guy there who was responsible for killing all of these things for us already. So we're gonna use our grinder. So notice how he couldn't interrupt me. We traded damage there. So that's something to be aware of while you're building up that patient smash. Enemies aren't gonna stop you. It's kind of like you're in the Fable art, but they will still hit you. You're not able to dodge, you're not able to guard. So that can be very, very dangerous. In this case, I knew that he wouldn't hit me hard enough to kill me, so I knew I could get away with that, but that is something to keep in mind. It's very tricky in general. You want to try to time these patient smashes for, when you have a long enough interval that you're not going to get hit. Now we've arrived at the cathedral. If you use the Stargazer, then you see we can now switch the Witchstone from here, but of course we don't have any other choices. You'll now see, or maybe it's that if we rest here one more time, Giangio should move here. Oh, not yet. Maybe he'll do that after I go to the hotel and back. So we'll go to the hotel really quick and level up. And I think, but I'm not 100% sure, we might have gotten an upgrade material for the weapon, so we'll check that first.
I know my way around.
So we did. So we're able to take it to +4. And now we're still short. We did about something to keep in mind. We only need one more Crescent Moonstone to get to +5. Just gotta find Sophia, who moves around.
You're changing somehow. That is how you are unique. You can go beyond a puppet's limits. I don't even know if Geppetto is aware of this. Learn from how humans behave, how they feel. Even lie if you must. Those lies may change you, may rewrite reality. Lies are a weapon, used by humans who thrive in a world of deception. I'll use my power.
So we'll get our technique to 18. And now we'll take our vigor to 15. And let's see if we had any, how we were doing on Ergo here. Didn't have enough to level up again, but that's okay. And remember, we always want to refill our Fable slots. Stay in that habit. And then we head back to the chapel. And that'll be it for this session. Next time we will go through a very annoying platforming section, but I'm going to hopefully give you some tips that'll make it pretty easy, even for people who aren't very comfortable with movement on beams and stuff like that in Souls-like games. So until then, I will see you next time.